Hey, Mike, you here?
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm over here working on the Challenger, just getting ready to do some work on this. Come on over. Hey, wait a minute. Before you come over, can you flip the compressor on for me? I'm not sure that it's pumped up today.
Yeah, I'll get it for you. Not a problem. Looks like it must already be pumped up. Hey, so what are we working on today?
Today, we are back on our 1970 Dodge Challenger that we have affectionately dubbed Stitches because we're stitching this car back together again, one piece at a time. We're hand fabricating almost 80% of everything we're doing on this project. To recap everything we've done up to this point, we've hand fabricated rear frame rails, we've hand fabricated almost all of the floor inside the cab. We've just done all kinds of stuff. There's tons of episodes here on the channel you can go check out. Lately, we've been working on the roof on this car. Remember, this car came out of a junkyard pile. The roof was caved in. It had marks in it from probably the heel of a forklift. It's got metal stretched beyond repair to some degree. We've hammered it all back out. We got one little area we're working on. We're moving forward on that. But in order to complete that, we needed to build a reinforced roof bow and then modify the roof just a little bit to compensate for that overstretched metal. In our last episode, we rust treated the inside of the roof of this car. Today, we're going to go ahead and get that painted so that we can pick up that two-part epoxy that we need to glue that roof bow to the sheet metal on the roof while still allowing flexibility, and we're going to get that welded in. But today, the project, just a little bite, is about getting the inside of the roof painted with rust treatment type of paint. We've already rust treated it. Now it's time to get it painted.
This is My Cars Shop.
I have about 10 different paint guns. I have 4 HVLP style guns and a whole bunch of old fashioned cup style guns. And the one that I used to spray the rust conditioner in there was this little HVLP touch up gun. This probably is the one that makes the most sense to spray this Rust-Oleum 7777 in there with. So I'm going to go ahead and get things ready here for just a minute, and then we'll be right back at you when we're getting ready to spray this with some thoughts that I will have. Just like to check my gun over, make sure everything's good before I paint, blah, blah, blah. You've seen it all before. I've been painting in various capacities on cars since the mid to late 80s. And I'm super old school when it comes to painting. And I know there's a lot of more modern technology, equipment, and capabilities, and so forth. And if I was doing this every single day, I would stay up on it. But I'm not, and I don't, and I don't care to. I have enough other things in my life that I need to stay up on current technology, especially as I work in a technology business. And quite frankly, staying up on even something in the last 20 years in paint tech really doesn't mean anything to me, because at the end of the day, the paint goes on and it's shiny or it's dull or it's whatever it needs to be. I'm really good at spraying it, and good enough for me. I have enough other things in life to learn. If this wasn't adequate and didn't do the job that I wanted, then I would learn something new. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So our first coat is on, and wanted to talk a little bit. So normally with Rust-Oleum in a spray can like this, I reduce it with acetone. I thought I had a gallon of acetone over there, but it's empty. So much for that. But I dug around and I found some of this old DT870, which is a base coat reducer, which is a urethane type of reducer. I looked it up online to be sure that it was urethane type, and that is fairly compatible with an enamel. So I went ahead and used it. I've done that before. Again, for me, it's always about full disclosure. I don't recommend doing that, but when you're in a pinch, you do what you got to do. I think we're going to be fine. I've used incompatible reducers with products. As long as it's a similar chemical type, it should work. It sprayed really good. I mixed it in a cup here and watched it to be sure it didn't do any weird chemical reaction. So we got to wait for that to dry for a while. I'm probably going to go ahead and hit it with a second coat. At this point, we have used about a half of this pint. I've got probably a quarter of a pint left in there. One more spray cup like that full is going to do the job. So we're just going to sit back for a little while, let that dry. We'll see where it ends up here. I'm going to give it 20 minutes to a half an hour. This stuff dries really slow, so we may not be able to get another coat on for a while. I am going to run out of time here today. But again, bites. You know, I don't have a lot of time. I threw my grubbies on. I came out here, bang, bang, bang. We're getting it done. And, we can sit around here and bench race for a few minutes. We'll check that in a minute or three to see if it's starting to tack up even a little bit. We could get by with one coat, but I really would prefer to get two on it. Where the roof bow goes in, I really did hit it a little heavier, just to be sure, just in case we don't get a chance to put a second coat on this before we get the roof bow in. The way it is right now, we could let it dry, and we could get that roof bow glued in. That roof bow glued in, in a couple days, and we won't be able to get any of the adhesive stuff for till next week, which is just a couple days away, but because it is a holiday weekend. But anyway, so if that's dry good enough, but I did put enough material in the middle that I'm comfortable going ahead and putting that in and welding that in place, then we could hit it with this product one more time, and we could also get the acetone if we want to do that. So let me scratch my head here for a little while, and we'll check that in a couple minutes and see how it's turning, and we'll go from there. I just checked it. It's actually tacking up pretty nicely. Interesting that it's drying faster, I think, with that reducer in it. And you can see I've got some light spots. So probably the thing to do is to do it again and go this way. So that way we end up with a nice tic-tac-toe pattern instead of just missing lines this way. Or maybe like we did before, we can go across it this way. We'll see. But I just checked it, and there's a couple nice fresh fingerprints down there. I could spray this right now, and it probably wouldn't run. But I'm going to let it haze out just a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and get after it and hit it another coat. But I think another 10 minutes, especially with the heat on. I've got the heat quite high out here, and I think it's pretty good. So I'm happy with the way this is going. Maybe, like I said, it was fortuitous that I didn't use the acetone anyway. So I definitely got a run up here though. But when I was going around, if you noticed, I was really hammering and spraying in underneath the edges because it's rusty up inside, and I'm not taking the skin off and I'm not taking the structure out. So I really tried to get that rust converter and paint down between the roof and the roof structure as much as possible. I won't be doing that again this time. I think the only runs are just right up here in the corner, and it's the inside of the roof. Who cares if there's runs anyway, but still, as a painter, you hate to do it. About another 10 minutes has gone by, and my fire was going out there. My water temperature was way down. I could tell by that heater over there. Not putting out. I have the propane furnace going as well, so we're okay. But I spent some time, got it stoked up, hopefully, and we'll be good through the night now. But anyway, so I'm just mixing up some more paint here to put in the gun, and I checked inside the car, and it's been 20 minutes now, so I'm not reducing this quite as much this time, and so there'll be a little bit more sprayable out of this particular cup full, and I'm going to try to get just a little bit more in the cup as we go. There we go. I always filter everything just in case. Oops. Oh no, we're good. I thought I overfilled it. Don't. We're going to need just a little bit more in there, I think, but there's quite a bit in that funnel to get out, so Get this back here where it's gonna stay where I want it. There we go. All right, give that a minute, and we'll get her sprayed. Just like that. Super good coverage. I started going vertical and it wasn't covering well, that gun, when I turned the nozzle to spray vertical, because your fan, to get a vertical fan this way to spray, your tip needs to be this way, and to spray a fan this way, you got to tip your tip this way. I'll take you to the gun and explain it. So anyway, when I tipped it, that's a fairly inexpensive gun and it wasn't spraying real well vertically. So I went ahead and did it horizontally, and it covered really, really well. And that paint was reduced a lot less, so we got really good coverage. I'm happy with that. I was a little bit short up here, but I went back and just added a little reducer to the gun and sprayed it and covered what I was missing, and I'm confident with what I got there. So very, very good. Now that's got to dry for a couple of days, and we'll go from there. But we are now ready to be able to install the roof bow into the car. So we'll get that. I think I talked to Just Mopar Joe, and he recommended a 3M product. This stuff is like $60. There's some in there, but I don't know if we have the tip for this anymore. I thought about buying another one, but the stuff that Joe recommended was a, look in here and see if I have the tip for that. Well, there's another one there. Well, don't have any tips apparently. Anyway, he recommended a different one that's a, it's just in a tube when you mix it up. So we'll see. I know there used to be a product that was just in a regular tube and it mixed itself and you could use a regular caulking gun. My local auto parts said I could borrow their gun for this if I wanted to use it. I don't want to go and spend the money on it when I use something like that every 5 years. Another view at it here. It's covered nicely. Really, really tickled. So progress. Yes.
One small step for Stitches, one big step for MKS.
Around here, it's always about the little bites, and that's another bite for today. That's going to take a couple days to thoroughly dry because I won't have the heat on out here, but it's a good step forward, as I said, and I'm excited to have that part done and be ready to install the roof bow, wherever the heck that is. I put it somewhere where I wouldn't lose it. I've been cleaning, you know, and I did get my, if you watched the organization episode that I think already came out, I did get some clear containers to put my tools in. So we'll have some more coming on that series about organizational styles, visual organizers versus hidden organizers. And so watch for that. I think the next one will be the third episode in that series. It seems to be a pretty popular topic. I think a lot of us struggle with organization, and I'm just sharing transparently with you my journey as I'm learning how to meet myself where I'm at in a new way that is much more natural and not so forced and not so, you just got to do it this way. That's the way it's supposed to be done. It doesn't work for me, and I don't think it works for a lot of people. And I'm just trying to provide a journey that I'm sharing my steps in, what I'm learning along the way, and hopefully it can benefit you. So, all right, that'll do it for us here on Old Stitches today. I know it's a quick one, but, you know, our motto around here for 2024 is make it safe, make it done, and go have fun. And that's what we're doing here on our 70 Challenger, as well as the 11 other projects we have going here at My Car Shop. That'll do it. We'll catch you on the next one. Oh yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Please, it helps.
It really helps. You don't have to, but it helps.
Well.